It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Thank you for helping us in your home this morning or on your iPad, or maybe right now we're streaming on your phone, or maybe you're listening to the podcast. Thanks so much for having us. Allow us to be a part of your morning. We appreciate that. Now, once upon a time, a brilliant biochemist professor by the name of Pat Brown realized something really important. He said that using animals to make our favorite burgers was causing a huge impact on the environment. And it wasn't just causing a big problem with our planet. It was really about the meat that we're talking about. It was the impact that the animals were having on the environment. So by us taking the meat from the animals or using the animals for meat, it really caused an impact on the wildlife, which by default impacted the planet. So he took a leap of faith and he started something called Impossible Food. He wanted to do something about it, and he wanted to make foods better without using animals, which was a real big challenge. Now, I want you to imagine you're a CEO, you want to make a change, and deciding to change the way the world eats meat, well, it wasn't easy. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but even environmentalists, Pat discovered that the people who wanted to protect the environment, they had a huge challenge, giving up meat themselves. So this was going to be a big challenge. But as a CEO, he had to have a sales strategy, he had to have a sales message, and he had to find a way to make this work. So Pat discovered something fascinating. We discovered was, the secret to folks loving meat wasn't that it tasted so good because of the animal. It was the chemicals that was in the meat that made it taste good. He said, wait a minute, we can do something about this. We can get the same tasty meat without it coming from animals. Now, this got venture capitalists saying, wait a minute, this is interesting. You're going to do something different. You don't need meat, and you crack the code. Think about it in your own business. Think about what you're able to do. So this was something that was going to be huge. So venture capitalists said, we'll put some money behind it. There's an opportunity of folks waiting out there who love meat, but they would buy into the mission that we don't have to use as much meat and we can still eat healthy and they're going to still taste good. So Pat and his team figured out, okay, here's what makes meat so tasty. We're going to create the same taste. They're going to do their magic. I'm not going to get into all the details. And thus, Impossible Foods became the juggernaut that it is today. Now, this smart approach isn't just about solving the environmental problem. It's about making a big splash in the food world that changed it forever. It's all about understanding two things. It's about understanding what people love and then helping them love what they do better. That's solving a problem. In the sales world, it's we found a problem. We're going to be able to solve it. You want us to solve it. We're going to do better than what you're doing today. Isn't that a great lesson for everyone that's out there putting together a sales strategy? So my big takeaway for you is you need to lead, one, with innovation, in many cases in some industries, and two, you need to make sure you tie it to a mission. Don't chase the money. What Pat Brown did is he aimed for making bigger impact. He aligned it with his sales strategy and his sales message, and as a result, that bold mission attracted other folks. And now the company is doing what it's doing today. I love Impossible Burger. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but man, am I a big fan. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you as the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Once again, thank you for welcoming us into your home this morning or on your commute to work, or as you get ready to do what you got to do today or this evening, whatever time you're listening, we appreciate this time and we're going to make it a good use of your time. So every morning we get started, we like to get started the exact same way. And the exact same way we get started is with our mantra. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So we start with focusing on sales. Now we always say the same thing. And I want you to repeat this after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Here's the big why. Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the big takeaway you have? Big takeaway I have is that selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. Selling is what? Selling at the end of the day is serious business. So every morning we have this conversation and we focus on the one area that can generate revenue for our business. It's a very serious conversation. So as a CEO, we also have a pledge. And our pledge is to learn, earn, and return. And I want you to repeat after me, and we do this every morning. It's a good reminder for the sales department what our pledge is. Our pledge is, I have to learn something new. Repeat after me. In order to earn new revenue. You can say it. It's not goofy. in order to get new and old clients to return. So I will learn, I will earn, and I will what? Return. Now we have a couple of objectives, and our objectives are, number one, it's about sales progress. So every morning we come in to check and see how we're doing in the sales department. How's it working out? But we also, just like the case study we did this morning, we understand there's some roadblocks. And we've got to be ready to address those roadblocks, by the way. We're not going to let the roadblocks go. We're going to address those roadblocks. We're going to make sure that we're able to handle those. And third is to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. Number one, you must have a CEO sales plan. Got it, Shay? Checking in. Got it. Number two, you must understand the sales cycle. That's the cycle that your clients are going through. And number three, you must have a sales message. You know, your words can make you rich. So it's about knowing what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, and how you're going to say it. And then you got to have a CEO sales dashboard. We got to measure. We got to manage. We'll get to that in a moment. We do a whole segment on it. And then my favorite, it's got to have a 7-figure sales team. Even if the team is you have a 7-figure sales team. When you're able to do that, you're able to take it to a whole nother level. Now, for those folks who are watching on one of our streaming platforms, thanks so much. I know if you're on Apple TV or Roku, maybe on our YouTube channel, thanks a lot. You can find us over at I am Jay Brown. Check in every morning. We're here at 8 a.m. But for those folks who can do this, if you're on one of the streaming platforms and you can look right below the video and you have that option, let's connect. Do me a favor. Put hashtag I'm here. Look right below the video. Look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. If you're on our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, by the way. We would love to connect with you, by the way. And then for those folks that can't do it, drop me a DM over at I am Jay Brown. Let's at least connect. Let's stay in the conversation. You can see me, but I can't see you. So wouldn't it be great for you and I to check in and stay in this conversation over and beyond days? Just go at I am Jay Brown. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, but more importantly, I'm going to follow you back. So whatever platform you hit me on, Instagram is my jam, by the way. I'll make sure that we reconnect with you as well because I love doing it. The number one reason that folks get together, we gather every morning, is CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So you show up as the CEO so you can make these ideas top of mind. The number one distinction I teach is you stay in the conversation. When you're in this conversation every morning, whether it's with us or with your team or by yourself, when you're in the conversation around sales and success, you're just more likely to be successful, by the way. Also, we have a big why. We don't just get together to get together, okay? I know your time is very valuable. I know you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So here it is. Our big why is about sales growth. It's about accountability. And it's about consistency. And you may have heard this before, and maybe that's why you show up every single morning, is that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? Most people struggle with consistency. That is no longer you. We only ask for 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day, you show up. Why is that? Because there's 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441, always 1,440. So when you show up for 1% of the day every day, that's 1% of your day. That's 15 minutes to be in the sales conversation. Remember, sales is, you would probably agree with me, the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is going in. But here's our number one objective. It's our outcome. This is why I want you to show up. Not for me, but for you, but for your family, for your business, for the people you were called to serve. It's about generating $100,000 plus. And this is a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, when I say that for some of you, it's like, whoa, I got to get to my first $25,000 a month shape. No worries. Some of you, $100,000 doesn't even excite you. You're in charge of a department. Maybe you're in charge of an organization. Maybe you're a solopreneur and you've hit $100,000 or more. But that consistent, predictable, reliable revenue, you know that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So how do you really get to $100,000? That question comes up often. We answered it with our private clients. With our private clients, it's about having a CEO sales dashboard. Our philosophy is, put this in your notes if you're taking notes, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Whoa, not a new idea, but it's an idea that you can adopt right now. So how do you measure it? Well, many didn't have a CEO sales dashboard. So we created it. And this one you measure 5 key metrics: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So we're going to track, we're going to measure. We know what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So open up your CEO Sales Dashboard. For those that don't have it, you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. www.ceosalesdashboard.com. And I want you to plug in the numbers. Now you can modify this to track the products. You can modify this to track the people you spoke to. But there's really 5 categories. And this is an Excel sheet. There are leads, there's appointments, there's offers, there's deals, and there's repeat business. Now, if you are tracking it and you're like, Shay, I really want to get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. If that's you, do me a favor. Download the CEO Sales Dashboard. Then, as you're listening to me right now, look right below the video and just put hashtag I'm here. Just put hashtag I'm here. That's just a bat signal. You have some goal. You know what you want to do. Now, let's go to today's, let's just look at, let's look at offers. Okay, let's go to offers. So we'll pick one. Now, you would put the number, go across the top first and get the number of leads that came in, the number of qualified leads that your team qualified, the number of appointments that were set yesterday by your team, the number of appointments that were run yesterday by your team. And you can go back and look at the last week. And I want you, for those folks that have been in every single morning, I mean, we've been together now for about over a year now, then you go back and you look at the last month and look at the trend. Today, I want to look at offers, because here's what I do know. When you make an offer and you're able to do that, I do know that what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets what? Better. So it's much easier. I got to find where it is. There we should be right there. Let's see if we got it there. There we go. Okay, that shouldn't be it. That should be it. There we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. So here we go. So right there. So now we look at offers. And offers are, how many offers did your company make? Now, I want you to look at offers. Maybe it was for a credit card yesterday. Maybe it was to sign a contract. Maybe it was an offer for the next step. You know, one of the challenges that I've learned is that when you don't make an offer to assist someone or help someone, it's kind of hard for the company to grow. And I'm not saying you got to be pushy and arm-twisted and manipulative. I'm just saying you made the offer. Now, we can go to deals if we need to, but right now, I just want you to focus on offers. And whatever the offer is, maybe it's just the next step. You say, you know what? I want you to take the next step, and then look how many offers you made the day before. Now, you could customize this and put the offers for the right product. So some of you actually send me your dashboard. And you can do that over at I am Che Brown. You can drop me a DM. I respond to every single one at I am Che Brown. I'll be happy to do that. But here's the point I want to make. Please hear me. We went to $100,000. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So we're going to measure, but we're not going to beat ourselves up. That's the one thing we don't do here. We're going to check in and we're going to say, you know what? We know one thing that we're going to look at and say, we're going to celebrate some wins. We're going to look at what's working, what's not working, what we can do better. And so we have a segment called Celebrate Wins. So I want you to step back. Don't beat yourself up with any of the results yesterday and ask yourself 3 questions. Shay, why am I asking these 3 questions? Because powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions, why? Because questions, why? It's like a broken record. Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So I want you now to say, what are you most proud of yesterday for the sales department? What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? And what do you want to do today? What do you want to really brag about? Like, you worked yesterday. And you can go look at the day before, those folks that are tracking this. You put the time, you put the energy, you're doing the right thing. What do you want to brag about? Like, if you could raise your hand, I could bring you on here right now. Just for the sales department yesterday, what do you really want to brag about? But then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to look at any roadblocks that are out there. What are some distractions that are holding us back? We're going to overcome those obstacles. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. True, but we got to ask ourselves some powerful questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So here it is. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Look at the last week if you want to. What's preventing you today from moving forward in the sales department? We're only looking at the sales department. What we're responsible is only the sales department right now. And then the last question, what's the one thing you can do today? That if you did it, you just took that step today, just for the sales department. Does it mean it'll explode tomorrow? No. Many of you know the law of the farmer, right? You plant something today, doesn't mean you grow it today. But if you take that step and you plant that seed, there may be an apple tree there. Look, not a new idea. It's not even a Shay idea, but we know that it works, right? So here's what I want to share with you that are here. For those folks that are tuned in right now, do me a favor, drop a DM below. If you're on the YouTube channel, welcome, by the way. If you're on one of the other channels, just put hashtag I'm here. The message of the day is keep showing up. Keep showing up and keep believing in your mission, your goals, and your objectives. So what I mean by that is I want you to look at doing small things well. So you're going to show up and maybe you hit a home run, but that's not why you show up. You show up, and I'm going to use a baseball analogy, to get to the plate so that you can at least take a swing, so you can at least do the best that you can. And you believe that you're going to put that bat on the ball, just like you believe that there's people out there who have a problem and you have a gift. You have an expertise, you have experience, you have a talent that's been given to you, and that whole talent is for you to make a difference for someone else in their life and in their business. But in order to do that, you got to do small things well to get big results. Do small things well, get big results. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, up, up in the way. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in your home this morning or this afternoon or this evening, whatever time you're watching this broadcast, by the way. But for all of you show up at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because this time works for you, we appreciate you. For those folks that show up much later than 8 a.m. because you're watching the replay, we appreciate you as well. If we haven't connected, make sure you go over to @IamCheBrown. You can put @IamCheBrown in YouTube. Let's connect on YouTube and subscribe, and then I'll follow you on Instagram or whatever your jam is, by the way. Just connect with me. With that being said, make it a great day, everyone. And we're going to make some good things happen when you connect again next time. I believe in you. That's my time. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless and keep doing God's work. Peace.